Can you believe that we're almost through the first month of 2023, moving into February? That is unreal. This year is moving along pretty rapidly and new gacha games are releasing equally as fast. We've had several pretty large releases in January already. Zold, Eminence in Shadow, but with February right around the corner, I'm sure you're wondering to yourself, what comes next? What new journey awaits me? Which waifus can I add to my new harem? That is what we're here today to find out. Every month there is anywhere from 2 to 10 new gacha releases. Gacha gaming has become quite the lucrative market, with studios pushing out more gacha games than almost any other type of media. If you enjoyed this series, make sure you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification because YouTube told me if you don't, well, you're probably still going to be looking for a new gacha next month. Oh, and make sure to check out the last episode in this series at the end of the video. Before we discuss every new gacha release next month, I want to take a moment here to thank all of our incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys are the equivalent of an SSR or a 6-star rarity hero, and both Mrs. Stix and I appreciate your support. Also, if you have a moment, follow us over on Twitch. We stream new gacha games there every weekend. Now, let's jump in and see if we can't find something for you to waste the next month then. Zold Out, not to be confused with a Zoids game purely looking at the title, is a brand new cross-platform gacha game entering early access next week on PC. I know. Stix, that isn't a February release. True, but it does release on Android and iOS on February 10th as opposed to PC, so technically it does still launch in February. According to the Steam page, yeah, Steam, as this game is cross-platform compatible between PC and mobile. This is a tactical RPG featuring deck building and card battles. Traditionally, in tactical RPGs, the game takes place in a grid-based battlefield, allowing players to move or to place their units on a number of different spaces. Zold Out, not to be confused with Zoids. Dude, I would love for there to be a Zoids gacha game though. Imagine being able to play a Zoids game with graphics, with an aesthetic that is of 2023 quality. That would be incredible. Zold Out is different and gives you the ultimate freedom to navigate the battlefield without restriction. This is an absolutely adorable looking anime game, and I'm honestly probably going to try it out once it's playable next week. What I'd also like to try out is a Zoids game though. Dude. Volzerk Monsters and Lands Unknown is another cross-platform gacha game releasing at some point in the late January, early February region. They haven't given us a defined date yet, and given that we are closing in on the end of January, I do not anticipate it launching within the next week. Volzerk is essentially what would happen if you gave Hoyo control of the Pokemon franchise. It has the vibrant, lively personality of Genshin with the monster capturing, taming, and breeding capacity of a Pokemon game, providing us with something fun and unique. The game is set in a large open world, features an extensive story to follow, and will be releasing on PC and mobile devices. Plus, the music is done by the legendary Yoko Kanno. What more do you need to know? Higan Eruthyll is an upcoming turn-based anime RPG with a very strong focus on story, so much so that I often found myself a little bit overwhelmed during the beta, which ultimately is not a bad thing, but this is no Path to Nowhere. This is no NIKKE or Arc Knights or Punishing Grey Raven in terms of narrative. I got to participate in a global closed beta a couple months ago, and honestly, I found the game to be a lot of fun. It had a limited selection of husbandos and waifus to collect. There is quite a large focus on waifus, though, which means we know their target demographic. The studio confirmed that they would be holding closed beta testing over the next couple months periodically, with pre-registration currently open and available, so if you're looking to get in and try the game out before it launches, this is your chance. Last month, Bandai Namco confirmed that they would be holding a closed beta running January 14th through January 16th, allowing for 50,000 participants to play the game. However, after running into a very serious game-breaking bug, the beta test phase was delayed from January to February. Closed beta registration is still currently open and available, meaning that if you want a chance to play this beta test next month, this is your one single opportunity. Blue Protocol is an action combat anime MMO gacha developed and published by Bandai Namco, one of the only true AAA budget MMOs released in years, releasing exclusively on PC with potential console plans down the line. Unfortunately, we do not possess an exact release date for the final beta test, but it is 100% coming in February, likely the first or second week. I feel as though February is the month for cross-platform gacha games, as Limbus Company, a brand new semi-turn-based, semi-real-time brawler RPG, has confirmed they are releasing simultaneously on PC and mobile platforms. Honestly, this game is not your traditional cute waifu collector. This game feels very different, very, I don't know, mafia, very noir themed, and it's an aesthetic that I haven't seen in a gacha before. I think the closest that I've seen in terms of just pure aesthetic is Path to Nowhere, but it is still such a contrasting difference. Limbus Company is rolling out on February 27th with pre-registration currently open for players. I'll definitely be trying this game out. Hoyo confirmed over on Twitter yesterday that they would be holding their final closed beta test for Honkai Star Rail. Yet again, another cross-platform compatible gacha RPG. This beta test begins pre-registration on the 24th, with the final beta taking place at some point in February. Is that in time for a potential March 7 release? I guess only time will tell. Star Rail is pretty much a complete game at this point. Hoyo were merely waiting for the Chinese government to pass their license for release, and since that happened last week, they're going full steam ahead. Honkai Star Rail is a much larger, semi-open world anime RPG as opposed to Honkai Impact, which was mostly instance. Unlike Honkai Impact, which was action combat, Star Rail is also a turn-based title, to the surprise of many. This could arguably be one of the biggest releases of 2023 and is one of the games that I am most looking forward to this year as a huge fan of turn-based combat systems. And that is everything. All of the gacha games slated to release either fully or into some form of test phase in the month of February 2022, at least that I'm aware of. I probably missed one or two games. That is bound to happen with more obscure titles. And with the rate that new gacha games are announced and released these days, it is all but guaranteed. Nevertheless, these are the main games that I have personally been following. This is not all there is to look forward to though, because if none of these games look like games that you would be interested in playing, then I urge you to check out one of these two videos that are on screen right now. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll enjoy. Trust me, we have a very promising looking year coming.